I do remember the first time I came into the center. I was not quite comfortable in my identity yet, so I was a little worried about going to a space that was like LGBT center.
I remember walking up the stairs of the center, and it was one of the most terrifying moments of my freshman year because I had all these questions about myself. I felt like other people were going to be asking those questions.
But that's not what happened. I showed up and I walked into the center and they were actually having staff meeting. 7 faces instantly turned and looked at me when I walked in, and I was just like, I'm just here for the printing.
No one actually walked up to me and asked about whether I was queer, like anything about my life.
And I immediately felt really welcomed. I didn't really have to deal with any judgment or asking about my sexuality or gender. I was given an opportunity to not really have to worry about the label.
This is one of those places where you feel completely free. This is your space and it belongs to you.
I don't think that it just reaches queer students, because I know all of my friends in my dorm, regardless of their identity, will come hang out here.
The center itself is very blank. It has lots of whiteboards, there's computers, it's very minimalist, and the idea is you project yourself onto the space. So having a space that's malleable and having an ethos that is very, very broad allows many different people to be served. So instead of saying we're gonna fix this particular issue, we care about students in whatever their issues are.
The center space is my favorite place to be on a hot day, and I think about a hot day because you're sitting in the couch and all the doors and windows are open and the breeze comes through, and I don't know, for me it smells a little bit like the ocean.
You're just like taking a nice stroll in like this pasture that is very green.
One day, I just sort of took my dry erase marker, because knowing that a lot of people just use the dry erase boards as sort of like informal conversation or chat room in a way, I decided to just draw animals. And for the past 2 years, I have drawn anything from hummingbirds to jellyfish to tortoises to peacocks. I think it adds a sense of home to this place.
You learn a lot about what the experience of being queer is outside of like your own.
Every identity is different. But because you have this one thing that connects you, you feel like you could start having a conversation. So I see you here. Obviously, we have something similar because we're both in this space. But who knows what your interests are? So we sit down and start talking. And suddenly I realized that we both really like postmodernist literature. You can have those conversations that allow you to connect different aspects of yourselves and connect different aspects of your intellectual interest with other people.
When you see people that you know or that you've been on a panel with, it's not just like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, you really have something to talk about, and you really have like a foundation already built for that friendship.
You come to this space and you know, here's a place that I can be open about this and really share my experiences and my troubles, whatever that may be, and people are here to listen and they care.
I think one thing we've noticed
I think it's harmful when people don't take the time to listen and don't take the time to open themselves up, but that happens very rarely because we're able to create safe spaces that when you walk in, you feel like home.